What a game that was. So 2 for divisional weekend in the books. We got 2 more going on today. An exciting weekend of football. We're going to get you caught up on everything and get you set for everything as well. Good Morning Football Weekend presented by Tyson starts right now. Let's get to some highlights here.
Let's
We got
get it.
Cowboys and Rams here.
Dak.
There's going to do
Steve.
first quarter here. Dak hits Amari Cooper there on the slant. He takes it 29 yards for the
Might
touchdown.
want to cover him, Rams.
Amari was,
cover him.
he was hot early.
He was.
He was.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters, though, they got into it a little bit. We're going to talk about that one.
Second quarter here, Rams trailing by 1, and C.J. Anderson.
Backup running back. Did I say it yesterday, guys? Did I talk about this guy having an
You
impact
did.
on this game?
You
Yes, you
did.
did.
So the Rams take 13-7 lead. Next Rams possession, Todd Gurley.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, this guy always has an impact on the game.
Tackle.
I'll see you later. So the Rams, they take a 20-7
Fresh
lead.
legs, Steve. Fresh
Going
legs.
into the half, very fresh legs.
It does
Getting played
wonders
like-
for you.
So we go to the third quarter here. Dak Prescott flushed out of the pocket.
Okay,
And,
what's he gonna do?
He finds Michael Gallup.
Oh, one of my guys that I said had to step up. Young guy can play.
He did. Certainly did. So then the next play here, 1st and goal, Ezekiel Elliott gets in for the touchdown.
I don't. I'm always out of the game. Watching. I helped
So-
you get there.
We go to the fourth here. Cowboys still trailing 23-15.
Still trailing.
And Ezekiel Elliott here, 4th and 1.
Ooh.
Takes the carry, gets stopped.
Power
Wow.
on power, Mike Rob. Power on power. And Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald, splitting double teams. That's what it's all about, playoff football.
Man
Right.
on man.
There it is.
Next Rams possession. You know who it is?
Who was that?
Oh, it's your guy. 4th and
C.J.
goal
Anderson.
here. C.J. Anderson.
Look at all those Dallas Cowboys on the ground at the goal line. Penetration is coming. Offensive linemen are getting lower. It is man against man who wants it. And guess who wanted it? The Los Angeles Rams wanted it.
That's right. So here's the headline
Is
here.
that a typo? Is that 20
C.J.
carries?
Anderson.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness there.
Look at that.
23 for 123 there. Then you have what a game this was.
It was the backs. It was the return of the running backs. I love to see the running backs get the play that they got last night. I mean, we all know that Jared Goff, and I said it yesterday, Jared Goff, I don't think he's ready to totally carry this offense with his arm yet. He needs this run game. Rest of the National Football League or the guys left in the playoffs, if you're playing the Rams, you have to stop the run if you want to beat this team. I thought they did a phenomenal job of controlling the line of scrimmage. The left guard, the center, the tackle, Roger Saffold, John Sullivan, and Austin Blythe, those guys were road graders and provided a natural cutback for those running backs. I thought they did an excellent job.
They also protected Goff, though, really well. He wasn't sacked at all. He was only hit one time.
It's the play action pass. When you're running a football with a lot of authority and you're able to play action pass off that, the linebackers get lost. You saw Chris Richard getting at the linebackers on the sideline last night because when you have to defend the run and defend these running backs in this offensive line and then have to get back to get under some of these explosive passes, it's almost impossible.
And just so we're clear, if you didn't watch us a couple of weeks ago, you got to watch every day, Mike Rob. If you didn't catch us a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that C.J. Anderson wasn't cutting Carolina because he stinks, wasn't cutting Oakland because he stinks. Panthers just couldn't take Christian McCaffrey off the field, and they said, let's let this guy go elsewhere and get a job. And the Raiders needed healthy bodies. The Raiders wanted to bring him back the week that the Rams wanted to sign him. So had it been a day here and there, yeah, but maybe a day sooner, he's not on the Rams, and maybe this is a different story last night. But the guy is really setting himself up to be a running back. Maybe it's not in Los Angeles, but somewhere. He's going to be a free agent in the spring. He's only, 28 years old?
Yeah.
Still got a lot of good football left.
I don't understand, too, even when he was a free agent going into the season, he wasn't heavily sought after. And for some reason, people have in their mind that he's not that back, but he's showing you he can be that back. He was that back in Denver. He's shown you didn't get the opportunity in Carolina because the obvious guy, which is Christian McCaffrey, who is their guy, rightfully so. But he's showing you that he can play. He can run downhill, pass in front, and also pass block as well. He is a complete back. He doesn't look like the back that everybody says, but he is that back that you can see doing it.
We got to show a little love to this defensive front of the Los Angeles Rams also. To be able to stop Ezekiel Elliott, 20 carries, 47 yards. I mean, Ndamukong Suh splitting double teams, getting excited about some things. I thought they really showed up in the run game. They didn't show up in the run game all season, but last night when it counted, look at this fourth down play stopping it. This was power on power, Jeezy. You were right. They ran a power play and just could not use the strength to get over the Los Angeles Rams.
But they did. Listen, first play of the game was what we talked about yesterday, that toss sweep.
Yep.
They were trying to run, and they got chased down from the back end by one of the defensive linemen. It may have been Donald. I'm forgetting exactly. The first play of the game, I saw that, and I said, oh, boy. These guys, because they knew they're not just going to come at us. Right. They're going to try some different things, whether it's trap blocks or stuff around the edge, and this front came to play. You're absolutely right.
What a game that was. I mean, just again, C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley in this game, 273 rushing yards
Return to the back.
And you saw what the Dallas defense was able to do to Seattle the week before. They shut them down.
Defensive tackles were balling. This for a particular reason. This week, the defensive tackles were null and void. Where were they?
I don't know, but the Rams, they now move on. We have 2 more games, though, today to get to. Chargers and Patriots at 1:05 Eastern. Phillip Rivers trying to beat Tom Brady for what time ever?
First
time ever, right? Yeah, because he's never done it before. 0-7. Then the Eagles Saints at 4:40 p.m. Eastern. Super Bowl champs in a revenge game, I guess. It was very embarrassing. They're just trying to. It was awful that week 11. So we have reporters all over
see Omar
the place
bundled
here.
up, baby.
Omar Ruiz there. Oh my goodness, with the Chargers. Mike
Omar
Giardi
looks
with the
like
Patriots.
Ralphie's brother on the Christmas show.
I also love that Omar's always
running from the guy.
Omar's always next to a thermometer too. Aditi Kinkhabwala there with the Eagles, bottom left, and Tom Pelissero with the Saints. But Omar, we're going to start with you. So Rivers, he's getting ready to face Tom Brady. How you doing out there, buddy?
Well, it is cold. You see the thermometer behind me here. Phillip Rivers saying what an awesome challenge this is to play the best team of his generation in this environment to keep their Super Bowl hopes alive. He says they're going to miss a throw. They're going to miss a tackle. They don't have to play perfectly, but they do have to hang together long enough to find a way to win, which is what they've done all year. A big reason why they're the 8th team in history to win at least 9 games away from home. The previous 7 to do it all went on to win the Super Bowl. The most recent, the 2016 New England Patriots. For more now on the 2018 New England Patriots, let's send it over to Mike Giardi.
Thank you, Omar. Tom Brady, very introspective, not this week, but last week during the bye week, talking about the opportunities the Patriots had in front of him. And he said, look, I understand at this point in the year, sometimes it's just one play that makes all the difference. That guy that hustles, that guy that busts his butt, tries to make a second block, or you hold on to the ball a split second longer. He said, we're blessed to be in this spot, but that doesn't mean that we own this spot. We have to deliver in all 3 phases of the game. He said he wants to keep playing for a long, long time, but he takes this opportunity very seriously. He doesn't want to let it pass. Now to Aditi with the Eagles.
Mike, the Eagles are in a familiar spot being led in the playoffs by Nick Foles. But this isn't just a redux of a year ago. Last season, Foles had to make sure that a hurtling train was kept on the tracks. This year, he's been responsible for rallying his teammates around him. Why? How? Part of it has been decisive decision-making at the line. Part of it is his accuracy. Part of it is that he's playing so well. But there's more than that. Wide receiver Nelson Aguilar told me it's his demeanor. He said Nick Foles is never a guy that needs to be picked up. He has a very short-term memory, and that is something that this team embodies. As Aguilar put it, we understand that we're playing for the next play. We are living in the moment. Now for more on the Saints, let's go to Tom Pelissero.
Aditi, Saints coach Sean Payton made a splash in a team meeting this week by having armed guards roll out the Lombardi Trophy and a stack of cash to remind players what's at stake in the postseason. But Payton has also made clear to his team he does not expect this rematch with the Eagles to be the blowout it was back on November 18th when Carson Wentz, not Nick Foles, started at quarterback for Philly. Saints receiver Traquan Smith told me he's just been saying it's going to be a fight. If not in the first quarter, then definitely the second quarter. We've got to have our heads together and play our ball. The Saints are 5-0 in home playoff games during the Payton era, and the number 1 seed means the road to Atlanta goes through New Orleans, Colleen.
And that's never good for the visiting team ever. Thank you, Tom. Here's something also kind of weird to add about the Saints. A lot of similarities between this year's team and the 2009 Super Bowl team. A lot. They were both 13-3, the number 1 seed, lost to the same 3 teams.
Get out of here,
48
Colin.
against the Eagles, and look at those stats.
You lying.
Identical.
You
Isn't
lying.
that weird? While leading the league in point differential. Just so strange.
Man, that just jumped up my pick to 35%.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then.
35% again.
Hey now, that number just like keeps sticking around. I don't know why. How about them Chiefs? Huge win for Kansas City.
Ooh.
How they stopped the Colts.
Put them on skates, baby. Put them
What
on
it
skates.
means coming up next. That defense showed up yesterday. Okay.
I tell you what, defense didn't show up. Oh, the Colts.
Peyton, he's hoping his defense shows up, knows a thing or two about winning the Super Bowl, and he's making sure his team remembers that. Of course, we just heard a little bit from Tom Pelissero about it, but we have some new details on an all-time locker room speech. Yeah. Some new wrinkles coming up next.
New wrinkles? Okay. Let me know. I'm ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
Good Morning Football Weekend is presented by